to do Real Housewives of Atlanta season 6 episode 2. It starts off with Kenya and her crew, her attorney and her assistant Brandon coming out of the courthouse. She won her court case with the lady that was trying to evict her or whatever, but she's saying that how she just want to find her own house and move out on her own terms. She talks to the paparazzi about the situation, but I'm like, she was like, oh, I'm used to this paparazzi, so the questions. I'm sitting there like, bitch, you called those paparazzis. Stop playing. So anyway, Portia's at her mama's house. She went to the mailbox to get a check. She was looking for a check from Cordell, a spousal check. But she was telling her mom how she don't feel like she should be able to have to look for a house with her spousal check. So I'm like, okay, bitch, we'll look for a house with your work check. I'm just like, so you want him to do spousal check and find your house? Bitch, that's how you don't move on. Because then that way he has a hold on you when he's paying for every damn thing. That's why Cordell is going to feel like he has a hold on you. So my thing is get your own damn checks and just move on. I don't depend on him. But whatever. So her mama asked her what is she going to do next or whatever. And her mama started talking about how Cordell didn't give her, no, he never was giving her money, how she was driving a nice car, but people didn't know she didn't have no money in her pocket, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there like, why y'all bringing this shit out now? Because last season, y'all did everything to protect this man, and now that he's dogging you out, you want to play the bitter bitch and bring out all the shit that he did wrong to you. I don't respect bitches like that. I understand what Cordell did was wrong. I don't agree with what he did. But I don't agree with bitches trying to fight fire with fire or whatever and thinking something good is going to come out of this. To me, the next man, Portia, is just going to look at you like you's a bitter bitch. You take, after you break up with somebody, you going to expose all of their business. So to me, another man it's gonna be hard for another man to trust you with his damn secrets, where you'll be able to tell every goddamn thing as soon as y'all break up. I don't get down with girls like that. I'm just saying. And I like Portia, but I don't get down with bitches like that. She was talking about how she was gonna get the rest of her stuff from his house, and she was gonna move on. So we finna move on from that situation. Then we have Nene and Kenya meeting up. They talks about the event. They basically, like, you know, Nene is basically like, look, bitch, we can argue all day long, and a couple hours, bitch, we gonna be calling each other, laughing, kicking, and whatever. But, bitch, I wouldn't have gave her no pass, because Nene was talking about how, oh, you think she was gonna do this and get away with it? No, I'm about to talk to her. But I'm like, yeah, you still let her get away with that situation to me. But they end up bringing up, Kenya started trying to cry, and I was looking at her like, bitch, shut up. Ain't nobody gonna take your sad situation. Not gonna happen. But anyway, Kenya's still mad about Nene inviting Walter to the wedding. Nene is basically like, bitch, get over that. Nene read the shit out of Kenya for texting Apollo. And I was like, yeah, read the shit out of her. Nene said, all this dick in Atlanta, girl, gone. I was like, yes. But I'm sitting there like, all that dick in Atlanta, a lot of them don't want some more dick. They don't want Kenya. But sometimes she look like a drag queen, so sometimes she can pass off, at least till she take her clothes off. I'm just saying. But anyway, that was the shit with Nene. Nene talking up, tell them that how they all need to sit down and talk. She needs to sit down and talk to Phaedra about the little Texan situation. So they're going to have to sit down. Cynthia and Peter, they boring as shit. They at home. She's sick as shit. She was throwing up, I guess, in the bathroom. She comes out and talk about how she was sick. Her fibroids is messing up with her. She gaining all this weight. She was crying about the tabloids saying that, thinking that she was pregnant. So her being a model, she don't want that stereotype on her. And I'm sitting there like, bitch, you a 50-year-old model. You gain a couple pounds. Nobody gonna worry about that. Come on now. This is why bitches are starving themselves and throwing the fuck up. Because bitches like that. I don't get down with that. So let's move on from Cynthia also. Peter, before I move on, Peter don't give a damn about her. And I don't understand why you explaining this to your husband. Because he's not going to get it. Especially when it's female issues. He ain't going to get it. He ain't going to get it. So anyway, Kandi and Cynthia, I think everybody started coming to Candy's house. Kandi has a very, very, very nice house. I can't say that. But Cynthia come by. They were talking about the wedding plans. Mama Joyce wasn't feeling the shit. So she don't really know where they wedding stand because of her mama don't feel it. And Kandi is the type of person that she cares about what her mama say. We'll get into that. But everybody comes over. Portia comes over. Phaedra comes over. Portia comes over with this little cute little cut wig. Ain't for me, but it wasn't bad on her. I mean, I like Portia with the long ass hair. I could do with that Portia. This short ass shit, no. But it wasn't ugly. It wasn't nothing I could say, girl, take that off. So no, it was okay. So Phaedra come in. They asked Phaedra, did she know anything different about Portia? She was like something about that little bitty wig, but then in the confessional she was like, well, you know, a little wig, a little brain. I'm sitting there like, where the beef at with y'all? What's the problem? Why you don't like her? Did we miss some shit? But whatever. So then Phaedra started telling them about Kenya. They started bringing about the text messages, and Kenya's trying to fuck with Apollo. Phaedra is just like, this bitch rented a man. She needs to get over it. Like, she had a fake rented dude. Yes, she did. Nobody's feeling that Kenya was texting Apollo, because they feel like if she would have texted Apollo, she would have texted their man too. So then they have Phaedra at home with her kids. Her assistant comes over. Some other people there to help with the baby, I guess. And then only thing I'm going to say about that little boring ass situation too, because I don't care about that if they be on here either. The lady was complimenting Apollo about the house, and it seemed like every compliment she was giving him, Phaedra was just backhanding him with some bullshit. And I was just like, you could just tell at that time they were not getting along. I don't know how their situation is now, but at that time you could tell they were not getting along. You could tell by both of their facial expressions. He was looking like bitch. She was looking like asshole. And that's how their facial expressions was given to me. But that was the only thing I really cared about them. Because it seemed like all of them started ganging up on him. And he was just like, I'm out of here. So Cynthia and Peter, they on their way to the doctor or whatever. She was talking about how they were going to cut out her uterus. Peter like, what you need with your uterus? She was like, that's like saying what you need with your nutsack. And I was like, yeah, for real. So, they go talk to the doctor about her symptoms or whatever. She's a candidate to get a surgery. She could have got the hysterectomy or some other surgery. And she's a candidate for the other surgery because she really don't want the hysterectomy. Let's move on. They all have this dinner. They was looking fancy as shit for this dinner. And I'm sitting there like, I mean, it wasn't even a dinner. They was having drinks. And this was the sit down so Kenya and Phaedra can get their shit out the way. So we have all the ladies there. Phaedra looked like she was going to the wrong party. I don't know if she was going to a memorial service, a funeral. After that, she was going to bury somebody at this one. She was going to kill somebody at this one. But she was dressed like she was going to a funeral. But everybody else looked nice. So Kenya brings up the text message. Like, let's just get this shit over with. And she brings up the text message. Talking about she didn't do anything to him. And the text messages was friendly text messages. So Phaedra was just like, I don't give a damn. Like, you don't text nobody husband. And the way you brought it out was like you was fucking with Apollo. And I was like, yes. And Kenya, everybody was tripping off of that. But Phaedra was like, I'm not even worried about them fucking text messages. My problem is you tried to insinuate we needed an AIDS test. And she was trying to act like she didn't do it at first. But I was like, yeah, she did at the reunion. She did. And then she got mad at, what's her name? Portia. She got mad at Portia because Portia was just like, look, I ain't got time for this. Look, if you saw a text message that she was out of line on, say you saw the text message, confront her on that. So Kenya was like, I don't know why she's bringing that up. That stupid stuff up. I'm like, yeah, bitch. That was not stupid. That was something like, bitch, we ain't got time for all these subliminals. And that's basically what Portia just popped off and said, like, bitch, I'm going through a divorce. I ain't got time for this shit. Let's just call that shit out. These subliminals, hell to the gnaw. Bitch, did you see a text message? Because the way you talking like you seen some shit, that's why you want to confront her on some shit. Don't just go off of that reunion. And I think that's what it happened. I think Phaedra saw some shit, but Phaedra act like, or either Phaedra need a storyline. Either or. But I just don't like that subliminal shit. And I'm glad that Portia finally, popped off and said something about that. Everybody was looking like, oh shit, Portia popping off. But I was just like, yeah. Because Kenya did insinuate that she needed an AIDS test. Kenya insinuated that something was going on with Apollo. So yeah, call that shit out. Don't just everybody just sit there like nothing happened. Call that shit out. So then we have Portia and her sister at her mom's house, and they're basically going through her stuff. Her mama, she over there telling her mama she needs to bring her stuff, and she has too much stuff. So she basically was trying to get to into her mama's room, and her mama going to another room. Her mama was saying, "Yeah," but I'm sitting there like, "Bitch, you paying a mortgage? Like, you're not gonna just because you better put this shit in the garage. Don't you plan on moving out? Like, you wouldn't be getting my damn room." But whatever, we'll move on. Because this is what I want to get into. Kandi go sees her mom. She tells her mom that, she tells us that she gave her mama her old house since her mama wanted a new house. And this is the newest she was going to get because she couldn't find shit for her. So, they sitting there talking and basically the mama brings up the wedding. So, you know, Mama Joyce to me don't like no man. I think Mama Joyce needs to go put something in her throat and get it stuck in there. I'm just sorry. I love you, Kandi, but I'm about to go in on your mama because this is the type of mamas I don't fucking like. Kandi, you would never be able to have a man ever with your mama. I'm just saying. Like, she didn't like the first dude. We don't know about the football player, but I don't know. But she just looked like she probably would have been in that situation too. Now she is going in on Todd. She talking about how Todd is living off of Kandi and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there like, how the fuck do you know? Are you the accountant? Do you do the bank? Are you taking the payments to the fucking mortgage people for Kandi? Like, how do you know what he's putting in his house? Kandi was like, well, he pay the monthly bills. And she was like, and you buy the food. And I'm sitting there like, what difference does it make? They living in this house together. They taking shit together. They not tripping. The Mama Joyce is worried about her coins. She is worried about if Kandi is still going to take care of her. That's the problem. Because she was like, well, if you choke on a bone tomorrow, he can come and say, get out. And I'm sitting there like, that's what you're worried about. Just call it as you fucking see it and just say, hey, I'm worried about if you gonna stop taking care of me once you marry this man. But Kandi don't even seem like that type of person. Then she tried to hit her below the belt and say, well, Riley don't like him. And the Instagram pictures I've seen, if Riley don't like him, she sure put up a fucking good front. So she brings... Kandi was like, if Riley didn't like him, you know, she would have told me. She would have let it be known. Because she was saying how Riley was like, well, just ignore him. I do. And I'm sitting there like, you was wrong for that, Mama Joyce. Wrong is fucking 3 left shoes. Because 2 of them is really just fucked up. But 3, that's where she fit at. 3 left fucking shoes. That's where Mama Joyce, she was just so out of line, out of place. Then she brings up Kandi's ring, and that just made Kandi cry because Kandi picked out that ring. So to me, you didn't like it wasn't good enough what your daughter picked out. Like, come on. Like, I just could not get into Mama Joy just going in the way she went in on Todd because she felt like she was not going to be able to get no money about Kandi after all this. Go get some dick. Go start an old folks group home. Go start a bingo club. Just go do something else with your time. Then be all up in your grown ass daughter's business. Kandi is grown. She's like, but you're my baby. Kandi is not a fucking baby. Kandi got a baby. And then that girl ain't even a fucking baby. So I just don't like parents that gets into their child's relationship. If your child is over 18, regardless if it's a good or bad situation, that's on them. That don't have shit to do with you. You just be there. If the relationship don't go good, you be there. If the relationship go bomb, you just be there. But if this motherfucker ain't putting hands on your daughter, you sit your ass down. If she's not complaining about him, you sit your ass down. Because she don't complain about him. All the girls on the cast seem like he's a cool dude. So what's the problem? Then when Kandi shut her ass down about how much money he made, she couldn't say shit. And I was just like, I'm not cool with Mama Joyce. Haven't been since the first season. I'm sorry. But I like you, Kandi. But your mama, go. I'm just saying, she needs to go suck on something. That's all I'm saying. Y'all put that to your imagination on what she need to go suck on something. On what? But she need to go suck on something and get it caught in her throat so she can shut the fuck up. I'm just saying. So anyway, This was My Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 6, episode 2. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus. I still don't know how to reply to that Google Plus shit. So if you guys know how to reply and how can I reply, please leave it in the comments so I can read it and figure it out. Because I will reply to you guys. It's not like I didn't see them. I want to say some people that commented that I just remember off my head. I know Tasha C has done it. Watch Color TV has left a comment. Some more love have left a comment, and I have seen you guys' comments. I just haven't been able to reply back. That's all it is. It's some other comments that I have seen, so just because I don't remember your name off the top of my head, don't think that I didn't see it. But if you know how, just let me know. Make sure you follow my girl Ashley Miller 1987 and Mike B 801. Also check out Jay from Up for Discussions. Please check out his channel because he is amazing. So check out his channel. Let him know that I sent you over there. Check out my girl Kandi from Food Addictions and Mr. Still Standing. Scotty, I love him. He goes in on Kenya on his review, so please check him out. That's all I have for tonight. For now, talk to me and I'll talk back. All right, peace.